The style of my worship's definitely been influenced by Delirious. I began leading worship in the mid-90s, and Delirious had kind of changed the scope of how worship was done across the world. Up until there was a lot of people on keyboards, and Delirious came out with this whole sound with rock guitars, and it almost sounded like U2 had done a worship album. And so being a worship leader and being an electric guitar player, I just really gravitated to that sound, and so they were a big influence in my life. God helped me in my music by just giving me an outlet to express what my emotions were saying inside. It's been really cool to be able to put things down on paper, and the truth is, music and writing music is very personal. And so it's almost like I was writing with a soundtrack to my life, and it was all going to God. My relationship with Jesus Christ, that's my inspiration to keep going. I started following Christ when I was 5 years old. I'm a preacher's kid. This is kind of all I've ever known. And I just knew at a young age, like, there was a God that loved me and truly cared about me. And so my life has just been devoted to following Him, and He is my inspiration. I feel like my walk with God has gotten deeper through the years just as I continue to write. If you listen to some of the songs I wrote early on in my career, they were definitely biblical, lyrically speaking, and had some great things, but now it's a little more close to personal. God has really done some amazing things in my life, and I love to share those stories. And through those stories on paper and turning into music, I've definitely grown deeper with my love for Him and realize how much I desperately need Him in my life. My sound is a bit unique for worship leaders, mainly because I have a raspy voice, a rock style voice, and I was just kind of born with that naturally, so it's kind of created this sound that I went down, and I'm an electric guitar player first. I rarely pick up an acoustic guitar, so you take the raspy voice and the electric guitar, and I don't really sound like the typical worship leader that are tenors and really crystal clear vocals. And so it's been an interesting dynamic for God to have a calling on my life to be a worship leader for that. I really hope that everyone that listens to the album, that they just realize how important it is that we give praise back to God. Like, He's worthy to be praised no matter what our situation looks like, no matter what our circumstance looks like. He's worthy to be praised. And so I hope people get lost in this admiration, and I hope that people go through all kinds of emotions to realize how great He is. And between crying and praising and singing to the top of our lungs, I hope people just get lost in the fact that He's worthy to be praised.